जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So very fortunate to have His Grace Jagat Sakshi Prabhu with us. Swami is seeing Prabhuji in Parivartan Festival today. So His Grace Jagat Sakshi Prabhu, Prabhuji is the temple president of ISKCON Trivandrum, Thiruvananthapuram. And Prabhuji is a much accomplished international preacher. He was born in Kerala, brought up in Tamil Nadu. He joined ISKCON at an early age. Prabhuji, I think, came in 96. Yeah?
To 94.
94. Prabhuji came in 94 in here. And because of Prabhuji's so much dedicated service of last 30 years, you can see the ISKCON Trivandrum event yesterday. It was so amazing. It came in 2017. Okay. So he joined ISKCON at an early age. His genuine interest and devotion to Lord Krishna made him take PhD in Bhagavad Gita. By the divine guidance, he was able to quote extensively the Holy Book and mesmerize the audience. Having practiced more than 25 years of spiritual austerity, he could easily inspire the thirsty minds. Thousands of devotees started practicing Krishna consciousness as a result of his sublime renderings. He is also seen as delivering Bhagavata Amritam in Janam TV, keeping in touch with multitudes, making it a popular show for the past 5 years. And the show. Thus, his acumen brings him to the forefront as a good counselor, orator, and a multi-linguist. So, in fact, during Parivartan Festival, His Darshan personally came to hear Jagat Sakshi Prabhu's class. So, and the class was half an hour. So, he was telling me, you should have given it 2 hours. So, and Prabhuji is a very wonderful YouTube speaker, inspiring the heart of many, many devotees. So, despite his busy schedule, Prabhuji came to the morning only. So, he had some meetings, and despite busy schedule, he went temple, got ready, and came just for all of us. So, how welcome Prabhuji one time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Shri Ananta Padmanabha Swami ki. Trimurti Bhagavan ki. Here you have all Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So, Thiruvananthapuram. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this holy city is called Shyanandurapura, the Lord where he eternally sleeps. In Skanda Puran, it is mentioned that the whole Vaikunta is in the shape of a lotus flower, and it has got 8 main petals where Bhagavan eternally performing Leela. There is one place where Lord is eternally eating. Which, do you know which place it is? Yeah, International Society for Kitchen Conscious. Jagannath ji eats, 64 times 56 items. He takes 64 times a day. How many of you have seen Jagannath ji's lassi glass? You not seen? It's like 1 meter tall. Jagannath ji's lassi. Summer every day they offer him lassi by 4 o'clock in the evening. The lassi glass is like 1 meter tall. You can actually jump inside. So in Jagannath Puri, Lord eternally takes food. In Dwaraka, Lord eternally rules as a king, Dwarkadish. In Mathura Vrindavan, childhood pastimes. In Navadvip, Lord appeared as a devotee. In Srirangam, Lord blesses a devotee, Vibhishna. And Thiruvananthapuram, Lord is eternally sleeping. This is his resting place. You know, Shyanandurapura. In Bhagavatam, this town is called Shyanandurapura, where Lord eternally takes rest. Out of 18 Puranas, in 6 Puranas, this holy place is mentioned. This is a place where Balram came, Lord Ramachandra came, Kumaras, Narad Muni, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, all Acharyas, Nityananda Prabhu, you know. So we are in a place where so many great personalities came. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was on a travel, he came to this Trivandrum holy city as a guest of a palace, royal people, and he stayed for 2 months in this city, completing some of his books. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had come. So many Vaishnava personalities had come. When we go to holy places like this, our subtle body gets cleaned. When you take bath at home, we get clean. When you take bath in holy rivers and pond, we become pure. We all know, as per Bhagavad Gita, we have two bodies, gross and subtle. When you take bath in house and in your place, your gross body gets cleaned. When you go on a holy pilgrimage, our sukshma sharira, subtle body, gets cleaned. So Prabhupada recommended once a year minimum all the devotees should go on a pilgrimage. Happily devotees jumping and dancing, having prasadam, hear about Krishna, which may not so easily happen. Prabhupada said, all my disciples all over the world should come for Gaura Purnima Parikrama in Mayapur. So Prabhupada's secretary Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, it is very costly. Bringing all the devotees from all over the world on parikrama is very costly. Why don't we cut the program? Prabhupada became very angry. He said, cut your breakfast. you know, Cut your food, but devotees should come on the parikrama. And that was the first biggest Boeing 737 flight landed in India. They chartered the whole flight from Los Angeles, half of the plane filled, and in London, the rest filled. And the plane came to Kolkata Dum Dum Airport, and the authorities said, you can't land this plane because we don't have such a big runway. And the plane went back to Delhi and landed, and devotees took a train to Delhi and came for the first parikram. The first biggest plane landed in India by ISKCON devotees. ISKCON is a silent bomb. Prabhupada planted this bomb. Prabhupada was very meticulous, an amazing visionary which the world had never seen. One day Prabhupada was cooking, so smiling, happily. Prabhupada loved the services which Prabhupada did. For us, sometimes it is a burden. You know, one Prabhu has to carry all the carpets, one has to carry the. I have to carry, we feel it is a burden. But Prabhupada was smiling and cooking. Then one devotee asked Prabhupada, who is your favorite cook? Prabhupada became very silent and he said, myself. So Prabhupada enjoyed the seva. Amazing. We are so fortunate that we are connected to this wonderful organization. Because of Srila Prabhupada, we are able to see the glories of all these holy places, cultures, scriptures, Vaishnavas, everything. And this country was originally ruled by one of the famous Alvars called Kulashekara Alvar. If you go inside Anant Padmanabha temple, there is a hall built in memorial to that king, Kulashekara Alvar, one among the 12 Alvars. He was such an ardent Lord Ram Bhakta. He was paying very less attention to the worldly things. He was a king, but not at all worried about the kingdom. Morning to night, he sits and read Ramayana. You know, I don't know. Don't go and do this in your office. You know, Kulashekara Maharaja reading Ramayana from morning to night, and his palace is full of sadhus. The only platform where jealous doesn't work. You know the six dirt, Kam, Krodh, lust, anger. Prabhupada said five can be cleared by bhakti. But, five can be dovetailed in bhakti. Anger can be connected in bhakti. Like Hanuman became angry. He jumped across and defeated Ravana. There's a difference between Hanuman's anger and our anger. Hanuman gets angry, he burns enemy's fort. We get anger, we burn our own fort. That's the difference, right? So all the five qualities, lust, anger, everything can be connected to devotional service. One thing you cannot connect, and that is jealous. Do we have jealous? Yes or no? Of course, right? Imagine two close friends, maybe devotees, one is Krishnadas and another is Govindadas. So they joined a company and both of them are like progressing very nicely. But one devotee became general manager. Will the other devotee feel the prick of jealous, envy? Yes or no? Yeah, we all feel. But there is one platform where we don't be jealous is Harinam Sankirtan. We are 100 devotees sitting and doing Kirtan. Imagine now another 25 devotees come. Will you be jealous or happy? Happy. This is the only platform where jealous doesn't work. Even in Prasad, sometimes jealous works. One guy gets Rasagulla, another devotee doesn't get. So bad. In Harinam Sankirtan, jealousy doesn't work. So Kulashekara Maharaja's palace was filled with sadhus. Somebody reading Bhagavatam, somebody reading Ramayana and all the, even inside temple, 8 o'clock, you have a special darshan of Lord Ramachandra worshipped by Kulashekara Maharaj, only at morning 8 o'clock, So he was an ardent, wonderful devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Kulashekara Maharaja ki. All the time he was spending, so the ministers were feeling a little uneasy. Our Maharaja is spending all the time in Ramayana, Bhagavat, like you may hear this comment at your home also. All the time chanting, When I was a student like you, every Sunday I go to temple. Every Sunday they had this food for life. So we used to wash big vessels, My mother was very upset. She said, if you want to wash vessel, I will give you four. I will give you a few vessels at home. Why are you going to temple and washing? Somehow, sometimes parents, relatives become little uncomfortable when you practice bhakti. For them, the first thought they get is, all the children are going to become sannyasis. As though becoming sannyasi is so easy. One Ekadashi, we are not able to control ourselves. What to speak about sannyas life, So the ministers felt Kulashekara Maharaja is just going to become sannyasi and he's not paying attention to the worldly things, not looking after the kingdom and all. Then they came to a conclusion, all this is because his association with sadhus. This is a powerful thing. When we associate with Vaishnavas, somehow that thing influences. When you see Srila Prabhupada's life, so many, people who don't have any connection with spirituality, they all got influenced. Prabhupada was going in a tram in San Francisco, and there was a ticket checker, the ticket man. And Prabhupada was almost like half sleep or something like that, or closed with closed eyes. And the man came and sat near. He was very respectful. He sat near Prabhupada and asked, "Who are you? From where are you coming? Where are you going?" Prabhupada opened his eyes and said, "I can see temples, I can see thousands of devotees, I can see the whole world of ISKCON, but time is separating me." When Prabhupada spoke that, they have just started the movement with a handful of devotees. And this man is a complete stranger, the ticket checker. But after 20 years, he came and spoke. Prabhupada told me this. You know, Prabhupada influenced all kinds of people. Having that purity. Prabhupada said, if I get that devotee, pure devotee, within 18 days, I can convert the whole world into Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said that if I get that right man, maybe he is sitting one among you. We don't know. If I get the right person, Prabhupada said. So, association is very, very important. Sometimes we fight with devotees. Yes or no? We have some bitter experience, interpersonal relationship problems. Yes or no? We all have. But one thing you make sure, whatever it is, never leave the association of devotees. That is the danger. Then Maya will win. So the ministers came, they were also very intelligent. Because of the sadhus, our Maharaja Kulashekara is becoming like that. How to chase these sadhus away? So they came with a wonderful idea. They stole the, Navratna Mala necklace of Lord Ramachandra. The ministers stole. Next day morning, Maharaja Kulashekara came for darshan, and the necklace is missing. Then the king asked the pujaris and ministers, "The necklace is missing, it's so costly." Then the minister said, "Who would have stolen? Only your sadhus are hanging around. All these Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, one of them would have taken." The ministers thought the king will become angry and chase all these people out. But he was an amazing Vaishnava. The king became very grave and serious. Then he called his servants and asked them to bring a pot with a narrow neck, a pot with a small neck. Then he asked them to bring the poisonous, most poisonous viper snake, and he dropped it inside the pot. And he said, "I am 100% sure Vaishnavas will never do that. If at all somebody has stolen this ornament, that must be for a genuine reason. If it is so, let me take the punishment on their behalf." And he dropped his hand inside. Then the ministers were completely taken up. They didn't expect this to happen. Then they came and said, "Sorry, sorry, sorry, we only stole." Then the king asked, "Why did you do that?" "No, we thought you will get angry with the sadhus and you will chase them away. That's why we did." "What is your problem?" Then the minister said, "You are 24 hours chanting, reading Bhagavatam, Ramayana, this, that. Who will take care of this kingdom?" Then Kulashekara spoke a beautiful line. "Lokasya vyasanapanodana karo dasasya kimna kshamaha." Who maintains sun? Have you ever heard moon going and landing on the sun and sun hitting some other star and some other star fall? Who is maintaining all that? Lokasya vyasana, without any trouble, without any effort, if Krishna can maintain 14 planetary systems, can't he maintain my tiny kingdom? Then the ministers were dumbstruck. It's an amazing shloka from Mukundamala Stotra. "Lokasya vyasanapanodhana karo Dasasya kimna kshamaha. What difficulty Lord will have to maintain my kingdom? Once His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj said, Lord will protect everybody, but you allow Lord to protect you. Who is not allowing? Our own ego is not allowing. Lord is ready to protect all the devotees, provided we allow Lord to function. We don't do that. Overnight, Maharaja Kulashekara handed over the entire kingdom to the ministers. If you are so much concerned, you manage. He walked to Srirangam and took sannyas, completely non-detached. It's a famous example in Upanishad. Monkey dropping his hand inside a pot and grabbing a coconut. Now the hand is not coming out of the pot. When the hand will come out? If the monkey drops the coconut, will the monkey drop the coconut? So it's problem with our mind. In 11th canto of Bhagavatam, this beautiful line is there. Na graha karma kala. Don't blame your graha. Don't blame time. Some people will say, my time is too bad, yeah. Don't blame your time. Na graha karma kalaha manaparam karanamamananti samsara chakram parivartayetyat. Your mind is the enemy, nobody else. So Kulashekara Maharaja handed over the entire kingdom and just walked away. So, in his memory, inside the temple, even today they have a beautiful hall built called Kulashekara Mandapa, and the deities are there, Lord Ramachandra. And Kulashekara Maharaja wrote so many books, and Prabhupada's favorite is Mukundamala Stotra. Prabhupada translated some shlokas of that. Then later on, His Holiness Satswarup Maharaj continued that. You have this book in ISKCON also, Mukundamala Stotra. So this is a beautiful Vaishnava city. Even today you travel, the place our temple is there, it is Balaramapuram. All the places here it is named as Sri Varaham, Anantapuri, Keshavadasapuram, all named in Vaishnava. Every small areas are, the kings had this title. Like in ISKCON, the sannyasis got a title. They have a prefix, they have a certain name. You know what is that word? All sannyasis will have this. Bhakti. Bhakti Dhira Dhamodar Swami, Bhakti Vijnana Swami, Bhakti Vikasa Swami, Bhakti. So the kings of this state, they had this name called Sri Padmanabha Dasa Marthanda Varma. Sri Padmanabha Dasa Raja Ravi Varma. Like that. They had this title. An amazing crown they had. On top of that crown, there will be two shoes of Ananta Padmanabha. Every day, night, the king will come and place his crown at the feet of Lord Padmanabha. And next day morning, he will come and take that crown and wear. And he will give a report. In many ISKCON temples, we have this system, but 1100 years back, the king had that system here. He will say, yesterday, so much of grains, we cultivated. So many visitors came to the city. So many people went out of the city. In so many streets, Nagara Sankirtan happened. So many places, Bhagavatam Ramayana was read. The king used to give a report. Have you seen in ISKCON temples immediately after Mangalarti, they say book scores and this and that. 1000 years back, the king practiced that. As a servant of the Lord, he was managing the kingdom. Then one day, if the king falls sick and if he doesn't go and take darshan, he has to pay 1 gold coin fine to the Lord. Even today, if the king does, there's a king, Namke Vaste king. But if he doesn't pay a visit, he pays 1 rupee coin fine. In those days, they were like one gold coin. Now it is, come to 1 rupee coin. But still, they follow the custom, you know. So, the last line written by Prabhupada in 1977, November 14, Prabhupada was lying in his bed. And even on the last day, Prabhupada was translating Srimad Bhagavatam. Jayadvait Maharaj was holding the dictaphone, and Jayadvait Maharaj asked Prabhupada, what is Krishna consciousness all about? What is this mission it's all about? And Prabhupada closed his eyes, and in a very feeble voice, Prabhupada answered, understanding that everything happens under the will of Lord is Krishna consciousness. What is meant by Sharanagati? Simply surrendering to that supreme will of the Lord. When it comes to that point, many times our minds will become rebellious. We want to surrender to Krishna consciousness, the way of Krishna consciousness which we like. Krishna consciousness has got multi-phase, different aspect. We like some aspect of bhakti and we would prefer to surrender to that aspect. Understanding that everything happens by the will of Lord. So, the Anant Padmanabha deity, every deity in this world, you got a connection with Acharya. It is very important to remember that Acharya when you take darshan of the deity. You know that song in ISKCON, Jayadever Pranadana Re Radha Madhava, Srila Prabhupada Pranadana Re Radha Ras Bihari, Jeev Goswami, in that song, if you see, every deity is connected to an Acharya. Because of that Acharya inviting, the deity came. Otherwise, why the Lord has to come and stand inside the deity for yugas and yugas, Because some great Acharya is invited. And this Ananta Padmanabha deity is connected to Vilvamangal Thakur. In ISKCON, we know about Vilvamangal Thakur, and original name of that Vilvamangal Thakur is Leela Sukha. Vilvamangal means it's a title, like we have Bhakti, Bhakti Vigyan Goswami, Bhakti title. The sannyasis coming in this sampradaya, they had this title called Vilvamangal. But the Vilvamangal Thakur about whom we are speaking is Leela Sukha. So this deity was also connected to Vilvamangal. We don't know whether that Vilvamangal is the same Leela Shuka from our Sampradaya. It's still a question mark. But you all know that story. He got connected to a prostitute, Chintamani. You all know that, right? Yeah. His father passed away and the dead body is in at home. This man is thinking about the prostitute. Imagine the level of attachment he had. His father's dead body is there at home, and he's supposed to do the final rites for his father. But this man is meditating on the prostitute, the level of attachment. These two things, kama and krodha, shackles of mind. Even very powerful sages could not come out of it. Not an easy thing. These two things. What? Kama and Krodha. And Krodha is comparatively better because you can see that externally. If somebody is disturbed, somebody is very angry, it's very visible. But Kama is so subtle. Even that person himself can't realize whether I have got it or not. It will suck all the tapasya of a man, of a Vaishnava. All his tapasya will be sucked away by that. It is like putting holes in a pot and trying to collect rainwater. You collect rainwater from the top and there's a hole in the pot, everything drains out. So, Vilvamangala Thakur was very deeply attached to prostitute. At the same time, He had a beautiful wife, he had his son, he had his father's dead body at home. Still, he is attached. The mind has a tendency to get easily attached to the perverted things. Like you see the fashion, people wear pants. Earlier it was tight in the bottom and loose at the top, then it became tight in the top, then loose at the bottom, then the whole thing became loose, then the whole thing became tight. Still, man is not happy now, he's tearing and walking. And all punctured holes. Perverted mind. We all have that perverted mind. You take the hairstyle, like this, then like this, then like this, then like now, then standing up in the sky. ISKCON hairstyle is the best one. No problem at all. Right? Somebody in an international magazine, he wrote, the most handsome shaved head people are from ISKCON. Right? So you see some of the devotees like our Vraja Prabhu, look at him, like a Vaikuntavasi only, probably. Right? Yeah, very handsome mottes we have. Right? So mind is so perverted, it will try to enjoy happiness in a natural way. If the mind is not satisfied, it will try in perverted way. Yes or no? Yeah. Now, Kerala is very famous for this lemon juice, lemonade. Earlier, first, the original lemonade started with sugar. Then they had salt. Then they had salt and sugar. Now in Kerala, they put chili, they put everything, ginger, chili, everything inside a lemon juice. Mind will try to enjoy happiness in a certain natural way, and if it doesn't get, it will try in a perverted. Vilvamangal Thakur had a beautiful wife, son, and cultured Brahmana. He had everything in life, but still mind went behind a prostitute. And on the rainy day, he was holding a dead body and swimming across the river. He just wanted to see that prostitute Chintamani, and nothing else enters the mind. Then he held a dead snake and jumped and all sorts of things. Then Chintamani asked, she was surprised by this man's determination to see her. Amazing. This is the greatest blessing of a guru. Guru, the previous lifetime's guru, appeared on the tongue of Chintamani and made her to speak this. She said, if you would have taken the same effort in understanding Narayana, by this moment you would have got moksha. How can you expect a prostitute to say this word? Least you can expect. Guru appeared on the tongue of imagine. Is it a respectable place for a guru to appear? Guru appeared. That guru also, the previous Janma's guru of Vilvamangal Swami. He appeared on the tongue of the prostitute and made her to say this. The day we get Diksha surrendered to Guru, it's an eternal bond. We may forget Guru in 1 or 2 Janma if we don't go back. But Guru has to come again and again and again. It is like we give 1 banana to Krishna and say, Krishna, protect me. Now it is Krishna's responsibility to protect us the whole day. We just gave 1 banana. So who is doing bigger seva? Lord is doing. That's all. 5 minutes, Hare Krishna, Hare, over. 24 hours he has to protect me now. Lord is taking a bigger commitment. Guru takes a bigger commitment. Then something stuck Vilvamangal Thakur. Then immediately he went back, renounced his house, and he was walking towards Vrindavan. Again that vasana, it will not leave us so easily. That is why every day morning we have to keep beating our mind again and again by, chanting. The day's chanting should be better than the previous day. Once one Prabhuji, very senior devotee, said, if you plan your night properly, everything falls in line. All the problem starts in the night. Because slowly our mind will develop two horns by 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, a red color tongue will come. All sorts of things will come. You know, very dangerous. Daytime, somehow we are all wonderful Vaishnavas. The sleeping demon will wake up only in the night. Right? Plan your night properly, day will be taken care of. So he left. Vilvamangal Thakur took sannyas and he's walking towards Vrindavan. Amazing decision, one of the best decision in life. But while walking, crossing Karnataka, he saw a young Brahmin girl taking bath in Sauparnika river and she's going. And tack, his previous vasana started influencing. Vilvamangal started walking behind her. And she saw some saffron man early morning. He's walking. She got scared and she started running and he is following her. And she went and said the whole thing. I don't know, some sadhu looking man is following me. Her husband came and said, "You are looking like a sadhu. What do you want? Why are you following my wife?" Then Vilvamangal said, "I want a charity." Charity? Okay, what do you want? "I want the hairpin from your wife's head." Like he was wondering, hairpin? That olden days, that one long inverted U kind of hairpin. Vilvamangal took that hairpin as a charity and plucked his both eyes. These eyes are the reason for my material bondage. He plucked that eyes. Then he went to Vrindavan and lived as a blind man. So ardent devotee. Not a fraction of moment he will forget Krishna's name. That devotion attracted Krishna, and Krishna came to his place as a boy, washing his clothes, cooking for him. Lord started doing menial services. At the same time, Krishna is naughty, you know. So one day he wrote something and Krishna spoiled it. So he got very angry and he is blind. So he scolded Krishna. He doesn't know that's a supreme Lord standing next to me and cooking for me, serving. He said, "I don't want you in my life. Just get away. I don't want to see you." And the boy said, Krishna said, "Are you sure you don't want to have it?" He said, "No, I don't want you. I hate you." Then Krishna said, "Okay, if at all you change my mind, this is my address. You come. And Krishna gave the address of this town. You come. This Leela happened in Vrindavan. Moment Krishna left, Vilvamangal Thakur felt deep separation and he could realize the boy was none other than the Supreme Lord. He said he was blaming himself, beating on his head. What a great mistake I have done. How can I insult my Lord? And my Lord came just for myself. Then from there, the blind man came down to this town asking. Krishna gave an address, jungle of Lord Ananta. That's the address he gave. So this place is named under Ananta, Thiru Anantapuram. In English it became Trivandrum, Thiru Anantapuram. So Krishna gave this address. You come to the jungle of Lord Ananta, I will be there. So the blind Vilvamangal walked and came here. Then he came in front of a huge tree. All of a sudden, he got his vision, eyes back, and he could see a beautiful Krishna. Eyes are all like red lotus petal extended up to his ears, and eyebrows are like dolphin. When Krishna closes, it goes like butterflies, his eyes, and long ears, and earrings, in the form of a shark, Makara Kundala, and it has studded with golds and diamond and rubies, and the rays of the stones hits Krishna's cheek. Gokule Brajaman, and the whole Gokula will be lit up. So handsome. He was shedding tears, crying, offering prayers, and suddenly he realized, I'm supposed to offer something to Krishna. Then he saw one raw mango. He plucked that raw mango and dropped in a coconut shell, because this place is full of coconut trees. He dropped in a coconut shell and offered. So even today, for Anant Padmanabji, morning 4 o'clock, he gets a raw mango on a golden coconut shell. every day, even today. This offering was started by Bilvamangal. So Vilvamangal Thakur spent the rest of his life here serving Anant Padmanabha and left his body. So this is an amazing temple connected. So there are many beautiful shrines inside. You have Narsimhadev and you have Krishna also inside. That Krishna was worshipped by one of the queens from Dwarka. There's a Krishna inside. So these are the three important shrines, and all great personalities, including Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Balaram, Parshuram, Narad Muni, Kumaras, Vyasdev, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanuja, they all have visited this place. They all have visited. Once Ramanujacharya came on a pilgrimage. What's the time, Prabhu? Once Ramanujacharya came on a pilgrimage near Kanyakumari, just ahead of Adikeshwar temple, which he went. So there, Ramanujacharya was sitting and talking to his 10,000 disciples. Then Lord appeared in his dream and said, I spoke Bhagavad Gita, nobody listened. When you are speaking, how people are following? I spoke Bhagavad Gita, couldn't do much influence. How are you converting tens and thousands? Ramanujacharya smiled and said, only if you become my disciple, I will tell you the secret. Next day, one glowing brahmachari came and joined the ashram. It was glowing, as brilliant as a sun. Very humble, very polite. In Ramanuja Sampradaya, in front, they have a specific way to address, speak, and walk in front of the Guru and all. They can't wear upper garment. The moment they see the Guru, they have to bend down, remove the chadar, wrap it around the waist, and bow down, and that's how they have to. One brilliant looking brahmachari joined the ashram, glowing, so polite, so humble. Within few moments, he captured everybody's heart and serving Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya also started liking this boy. So the whole entourage came to Adikeshwar. And the boy was serving Ramanujacharya. Then they came to Ananta Padmanabha with thousands of. The boy came here, and served Ramanujacharya. And on their way back, for days and days, he was serving Ramanujacharya. On the way back, they crossed Adikeshwar temple and going to that temple where this discussion happened. One day, this boy overtook his guru and started running. Then Ramanujacharya was wondering, till yesterday he was so humble, he never crossed me. He was walking behind me, asking questions. All of a sudden, what happened to him today? He's overtaking me and running. He ran because the altar is empty. Krishna walked away, right? So, Krishna is called Nambi, means student. Krishna became a student. So, like this, so many sweet pastimes happened. And a little further, there is another temple where there is a huge Garuda with one wing is broken. One wing is broken. When the pujaris were installing the temple, they were chanting mantras so perfectly, chanting holy name, reading scriptures, everything. And there's a prana pratishta of the Lord. So Lord is appearing. All of a sudden, Lord appeared in the sky and he is coming to the temple. When Lord appeared, the stone Garuda started flying. Because my master has appeared, how can he remain as a stone without serving him? The stone Garuda started flapping his wings and he started flying to receive the Lord. Pujari got angry and broke his wing. Don't move, stay here. Like that, so many nice pastimes in all these places. It's all amazing. So it's all great fortune and blessings we have because of our Guru Parampara. Otherwise, we would all be working in some company 8-10 hours, very loyal, Reliance Das, IBM Das, this Das. And we were so proud also. We have their name on our chest, IBM. I love my company, Reliance Cap, and very loyal, right? So Krishna, Prabhupada made us realize what is our actual position. This is the only platform where we will be satisfied. We earn how much ever money, we try all kinds of circus in this world. Nothing can give us real satisfaction. Yes or no? We can keep trying and trying and trying. It is all like a fool, Murka climbing the neem tree. You all see neem fruit, right? So somebody plucked the neem fruit and tasted. Oh, so bitter. The corporate will come, work hard, work smart, be focused. The next fruit on the top branch will be sweeter. We keep working, we try hard, we try this, we try that, and somehow climb to the next. Okay, that's also bitter. No, don't lose focus. You are on the right path. You are climbing. Be protective. Be like this. Oh, really? Then climb to the next branch. That fruit is also bitter. By the time we climb the peak and realize you're already 50, all the fruits of the neem tree were bitter. Dukkalayam Asha. Can anyone change this? Not even Brahma. What to speak about our company? Even Brahma can't change this. That is the naked truth of this world. Right? But at the same time, we have to balance both so that people don't think the moment you join ISKCON, you are a useless person. Like one great sannyasi. Giriraj Maharaj is from a very wealthy family, very wealthy family. And Maharaj joined ISKCON. And father was very upset. Parents were very upset. Whenever they see their son, he was wearing torn dhoti and all the, sometimes devotees, they don't care about what kind of dress. But I have seen some devotees, they plait their dhoti nicely, we have all kinds of devotees. But Giriraj Maharaj is one person, he doesn't bother about, how does he look, how does he, like last week, 2 weeks back, I met Indradyumna Maharaj in Vrindavan. On lot of patches on his shirt. Yeah, Maharaj with thousands of disciples, you know, all torn shirt. He has put a stamp kind of patches everywhere, and sadhus don't care sometimes. So father was so upset. He came to complain to the temple president. At that time, Giriraj Maharaj was a young brahmachari, and the temple president is a pakka ISKCON devotee. He immediately got up and bowed and respected Giriraj Maharaj's father. Giriraj Maharaj's father asked, "What is your qualification?" And he very politely, "I am unqualified." That's a regular ISKCON answer. Father got pissed off. What? You're so you bunch of people are not qualified, But Prabhupada caught it. Then the man was very upset. He said, "I want to meet your guru." So when Prabhupada came, the Giriraj Maharaj's father came, Prabhupada made him sit, gave him a glass of water, and he said, "Your son is very safe and happy here. You are the first father, and I am his second father. You brought that life to this world." And called Giriraj Maharaj. Giriraj Maharaj came with all torn clothes and patched and all. Immediately Prabhupada caught that right pulse. He understood what is going on in his father's head. He said, "First dress properly, then address. First dress, then address." Then father became very happy. Then when his father went out, he told Giriraj Maharaj, "You are completely a bunch of fools, but your guru is a gentleman." you know. So Prabhupada knew what to be done, Prabhupada was an amazing. So he gave us this wonderful opportunity. So please utilize this opportunity. Just chant 16 rounds properly, attentively in the morning. Follow regulative principles and read Bhagavata. Rest will be taken care. And we are all blessed by Lord Krishna, Guru Parampara, Prabhupada, and the present gurus and wonderful devotees like Rajraj Prabhu. So please be in the association. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, anything, free to ask.
Can you please say something about the Anant Padmanabha Swami and some what are the things that are there?
Here?
Lord Narasimha, you could make
Oh yeah, Lord Nursing. There is. If you enter Anant Padmanabha.
Sati
Yeah.
Krishna.
Lord Narsimhadev, there was so these kings were all great devotees, all they're all called Padmanabha Dasa, 1,000 years back, the whole lineage of Alvars. So one king, he had some political rivalry, some enemies. They influenced this Narsimhadev Pujari and said when he comes for Tirtham, that Charnamrit, mix poison and give him. So they mixed poison in Charnamrit and gave the king. The king happily drank Charnamrit and the Pujari fell down dead. King drank Charnamrit, he fell down. So this Narsingha is very powerful. Yoga Narsimha. So Yoga Narsimha always has this rope around his knees. He's sitting in a yoga posture. So you have this powerful yogana. So Narsingdev has got so many leelas. Once a devotee was reading Bhagavatam. Then so when he was reading the portion how Prahlad got tortured by Hiranyakashipu, this Narsingdev roared out of anger. He roared so much, the person who was reading Bhagavatam almost got heart attack. So Narsingdev, and on the right side you have Krishna, beautiful Krishna temple. All the Krishna deities in west coast of India, right from Goa up to Kanyakumari. There are so many temples, starting with Goa, Udupi, Guruvayur, and all the temples. These were all deities worshipped by the queens of Dwarka. All the 16,108 queens, they all had one deity. Because it's a very interesting thing to know. Devaki prayed, Krishna be my son. Krishna became her son and left her immediately. Yashoda prayed, I want to enjoy your childhood pastimes. Right at the age of 10, he left her. Queens prayed, be our husband. He dropped garland on their neck and he left. Lord was with. So better don't ask anything. You get trapped. Right? But if you don't ask anything, Krishna takes the responsibility of that jiva and protects him. So, one of the deity worshipped by the queens of Dwarka, that's also inside the temple. And the prahara, that parikrama path, which is a big one, was built by Maharaj Kulashekara. And one interesting connection of ISKCON is in 98, His Holiness Jayapatakas Maharaj was very healthy at that time. So he used to meet this king regularly in the plains here and there and different airports. The king was so impressed by His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, he had Jayapatak Maharaj Prabhupada's picture in his puja room, in the king's puja room. Yeah, once he took us and showed, he had some 30 pictures of so many gurus, so many religious heads. Inside the puja room, he had Prabhupada's picture also. And below that, he had Jayapatak Maharaj's picture also. Because this is a traditional temple. So Jayapatak Maharaj asked, Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur wrote a will. Wherever Lord Chaitanya had traveled, that temple should have Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet. You can see in Sri Rangam, you can see in Tirupati, in Dwarka, in Puri, all that places. But it's all outside the temple. Here, because Maharaj asked, the king became so happy and gave permission. So inside the temple, in the eastern entrance, you can see Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet there. So every day devotees do arati, offer flower, because they don't allow these things. So in this way, ISKCON has got a connection. So ISKCON devotees go inside and do arati, and they have weekly kirtan. And I remember in '98 we had a big program. Some 6, 7 Maharajas came. So many Prabhupada disciples came. The king came. Huge festival, and we installed Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet inside. Yeah, so this is one temple which has fulfilled the wish of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Yeah, any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The temple architecture and the construction is all same as ancient time, or it is renewed?
Yeah, ancient. This land was under Chera kings, so this will be mostly resembling Tamil Nadu culture. So the huge gopurams, and Ananta Padmanabha is the richest person in the whole world. Yeah, more than Ambani and everybody. He has got one, as of now, 1 and 12 zeros behind kilogram of gold. As of now, there are 6 chambers, 4 they have opened. This is just an approximate calculation. 2 more chambers has to be opened, and God only knows. He's the richest person in the whole world. You know, I don't know how you say 1 and 12 zeros behind. More than that. Kilograms of gold you can multiply. Maybe if you have a lot of free time, you can sit and multiply. The richest person, you know. So this temple is all built in Dravidian architecture. Very beautiful, big temple. 9 acres the temple is. Huge. And very one beautiful thing about this is like they maintain it very clean, tidy, and all the rituals they follow very respectfully. Yeah, the case is going on, some discussion is going on. It is all accumulated by those kings in those days. That's, they say, we have never seen, but they have say so many kavachas, gold, and his sacred thread is 12 kilo gold. You know, like that, and multiple crowns and hundreds of pots of gold coin, and a huge, like cow-shaped bathing tub and all, like real cow size elephant, like that, and all they have, and nobody knows what is there inside. Amazing technology. Not a single ant could enter. It's like for hundreds of years it has been a treasure. Not a single termite or ant could enter. They were very powerful in those days, very well developed. In previous times, their subtle skills were highly developed. As Kali Yuga progresses, our mechanical skills are developed. For everything, we have a machine. But in those days, for everything, they had mantra. Now it's all machine. Like you have machine for brushing your tooth, plucking everything, machine. In those days, they all had mantras for that. Highly qualified. So much of wealth. Yes, Prabhu. In South India, Krishna temple. Yeah. Shankaracharya had a lot of influence. Shankaracharya had 4 lines: Bharati, Saraswati, Puri, and Ananda. If you take any sannyasis in Shankara line, this Ananda, that Ananda, this Saraswati, that somehow Bhakti Marga Vaishnava sannyasis now at the present age, only ISKCON and handful of Gaudiya Math. You take any other sannyasi, anybody for that sake, they're all impersonal marga only. So when you compare, our percentage is very low. So generally in South India, spirituality means they know only Advait philosophy. Because Kerala is Shankaracharya's birthplace, even in schools in younger age, Advait philosophy is taught. Spirituality means they know only that philosophy. So all the Deva Swam, everything is under their control. Even the main sannyasi, pontiff, the Mathatipati of this, he is also from Shankar Sampradaya. They're friendly to ISKCON, but they hold on to that their Siddhanta. It's not very easy. So you take South India, all the Matatipatis, pontiff, ashram head, all from the four sects of Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya had four powerful disciples, Padmapadar, Todakacharya, Sureshwar. They're all done so much of miracles, so their influence is very strong. Vaishnava acharyas were very, very less. Yeah, that's it. So you have got a bigger responsibility. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah,
We have there's a like, Samadhi of Bilamangal Thakur in Vrindavan also.
yes. That's why I said Vilvamangala is the surname, like we have Bhakti Vigyan, like that. Bilvamangal Thakur, whom we are worshipping, his original name is Leela Shuka, who wrote Sri Krishna Karnamrita. But in that sampradaya, any sannyasi is called Vilvamangal. So that's why I said initially, we don't know whether this Vilvamangal Thakur is the same Leela Shuka. Because if you go to any temple in Kerala, all the sannyasis were given this name, Vilvamangal. But we don't know, we don't have any proof whether this person is the same as them. Yeah, but we have a samadhi there, and we have a samadhi here. It's a place called Rishi Mangalam. Yeah, that's a samadhi of Will.
And we heard the story of Divakar Muni also. And
Yes.
so how it is true.
Divakaran Muni, they say that is the name of that Vilvamangal sannyasi. So they all have this name, Leela, Shuka, Divakar Muni, everything. Vilvamangal is the title for all of them. So they say this person is Vilvamangal Divakar Muni. Whom we say is Vilvamangal Leela Shuka. But we don't have any solid proof for all this.
And how this temple is connected to that Kasargod Anantapatmanabha?
Oh, they say, okay, thank you for that good question. When Vilvamangal Thakur had the darshan of Ananta Padmanabha Swami, I told you he offered that raw mango. Even today, the first offering is the raw mango. At that time, the deity was 18-mile long. 18-mile. Head was in a village called Tiruvallam. There is a Parshuram temple even today, some 10 kilometers on the south. And Lord's feet was in another village called Trippadapuram. That is another 10 kilometers down north. So the deity was 18-mile long. Bilvamangal said, "You are so long, I can't take darshan. It may take more than a day." So the Lord shrink to the tiniest of his size and became 18 feet. So the darshan, if you're going to take darshan, Anant Padmanabha, is 18 feet. That is the tiniest possibility he could shrink. So they say, first Lord appeared in Kasargod. And this blind Vilvamangal Thakur was searching for this jungle of Lord Ananta. He came walking down south, but the Lord was following him. So that is the temple, Ananta Padmanabha temple in Kasargod, where the Lord landed. From there, he followed Vilvamangal and came here and gave darshan. That's how the two temples.
How like that? They say there is a Parashakar Yoga deity.
This is not a single stone. The Lord may look like a single stone, but they say 12,000 shalagrams put together on with an Ayurvedic paste. That is why Anant Padmanabhji doesn't get Abhishek. They have a peacock feather and they just dust him. There is no Abhishek for him. But he may look like a single stone, but it's like 12,000 shalagrams. If you worship one shalagram sincerely in a lifetime, no more sunrise. You don't have to see another sunrise in this world. That means no more birth. So somebody worshipping 12,000 salagrams, imagine, direct to Vaikuntha only. Right? So it's 12,000 shalagrams put together.
What happened to the original Ilupati?
The wooden. The first deity was a wooden deity. Then he shrunk himself into 18. But I don't know what happened to that. Maybe the same deity shrunk. But this temple has caught fire many, many years back, and all might have changed the deity also. They might have changed. Adikeshava, yeah. Adikeshava deity is also same. To multiple shalagrams put together. Yesterday, Prabhuji would have explained you Adikeshava. So Adikeshava, a lord for scriptures. Once two demons, Kesha, brother and sister, Kesha and Keshi, they stole the Vedas from Brahma. And Brahma came and surrendered to Lord and said, get the Vedas back. So Lord appeared in Adikeshava temple. The girl, demon, demoness and this thing. So the Lord doesn't want to kill the sister. So what he did, he caught that Keshi, the female demon, rolled her into pillow and put her under his head and lied down. And shot the brother, killed the brother. So because he killed Kesha, he's called Keshava. So the Keshi demon is still in the form of a pillow under the head. So that is why Alvars made Adikeshwa temple the library. All the great holy scriptures were protected in that library. That's how Lord Chaitanya got Brahma Samhita from there. Because it was a library originally. So once his Jayapatak Maharaj, he came, he said, in this temple you pray for knowledge. Because Adikeshava can give knowledge. He's a custodian of knowledge. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, one question.
Yeah.
Prabhu, as you come towards south,
Huh.
here, Prabhu, we see huge gopulas, Kalsa on top,
Yeah.
and Dajastambam,
Yeah.
and Vishnupita, and Badika, and this thing.
Yeah.
There is a specific reason, Prabhu. If you go north, it's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you come towards south, it starts like any specific reason, Prabhu.
Yeah. You have another 5 minutes. There are 3 kinds of worship. Yantra Vidhi, Tantra Vidhi, Mantra Vidhi. 3 kinds. Have you heard these words? Yantra Vidhi, Tantra Vidhi, Mantra Vidhi. In Tamil Nadu and Andhra, it is Mantra Vidhi. Mantra Vidhi means take lot of flowers. Okay? And offer everything through mantra. Right? Idam pushpam samarpayami, idam phalam, actually not fruit, just one flower. But the program is over. Idam, they just offer flowers, but they say the mantra of a certain thing. I'm offering golden crown, I'm offering golden dress, oh Lord, I'm offering fruits. Easy. It's called mantra vidhi. Just with flower and mantra, they finish the job. And another vidhi is called tantra vidhi. Tantra vidhi means no flower also. All symbols only. Have you seen in ISKCON sometimes pujaris do abhisheka, they show different mudras? Only symbol only. I'm offering you flower over. I'm offering you. All tantra means all signs and symbols. Yantra vidhi means if I say I'm offering mango, I go to market, buy mangoes and come and offer. I want to build you a temple means really build a temple. I'm offering you a golden cot means really offer a golden cot. There are 3 vidhis. So the whole India, you can see these 3 vidhis. In North, it is little more personal. Here in South, mantra and tantra got the domination. So, because they are not offering this, a man should be naturally humble. If you want to become humble, then the object should be so big. See, you go in front of a Krishna deity, one foot tall, and you go in front of a 20-foot tall Krishna deity. Where you will become naturally humble. Yeah, you enter Tamil Nadu temple, oh my God, Krishna. Natural devotion will come. So the kings were very smart. build Rajagopuram touching the clouds. Make, have you seen Tamil Nadu deities and all? Once I went for one Vaman Murthy temple, so dark, nothing. Then the pujari lit a lamp and he showed, and we were seeing that was only the shoe of the deity. Oh my God. Then we bent down and saw 60 foot tall. Touching the tower, he is standing, it's called Ulakalanda Perumal. Standing on one leg and holding another leg up in the sky. Even a demon, atheistic man, a natural humility will come. you know that's why they had huge worship, huge grandeur procession on the elephant. People will feel very tiny, like you enter Buckingham Palace in London, automatically we feel tiny, huge palace, like that. So they built temples like that. That is why we should be huge. Preaching also very bold, confident you should preach. Then they will feel tiny, they will accept. Okay. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, Prabhuji.
We see that even Prabhupada writing translation for Mukundamala Sutra. So how do we develop that respect? Because our Acharyas also has given so many Vaishnavas on, and we also see so many other Acharyas coming in Alvas, in Karnataka also, Karnatakas, these bhajans are there. So how do we give our time to understand this and practice it in our Krishna consciousness?
There are many sampradayas, many wonderful things. But Prabhupada said, without an acharya, you can never understand things. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I supply everything through devas, demigods. Another place Krishna says, worshipping demigods, devas means less intelligent. One place he says, Vedas are the truth, I am Veda. Another place he says, Veda are flowery language, don't follow Veda. If you directly go and read Bhagavad Gita, one complete fool will become. Very difficult. We need an acharya. So first, we thoroughly understand Prabhupada's books so that we can lay a foundation. Then when we go for other scriptures, it will be easy to understand. Otherwise, it will be different. Yeah, Prabhupada liked Mukundamala Stotra and he started, but he did only for 5 shlokas, then Prabhupada stopped. 2 books he stopped like that. Narada Bhakti Sutra and Mukundamala. He stopped in between. But Prabhupada said, I want to give you Ramayana, Mahabharata, Upanishads, everything, but I have very less time. So you can finish Bhagavad, all the first, a devotee should read all the small books, especially Science of Self-Realization, all that books. Then Bhagavad Gita, then Bhagavatam. Yeah, then you can. Yeah. By the time thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The ministers actually told Kulsekar Alvar that you are not properly giving concern towards the kingdom. So Kulsekar Alvar told when the Lord can manage all 14 planetary systems, he can also manage this. But what you also told that Kulsekar Alvar will actually report every day.
Yeah.
So when the Lord can maintain all 14 planetary systems.
Yeah.
Why is it required to give a report? Is it out of respect?
What an amazing question. Yes, Lord can do everything by himself. It is like a lazy fellow preaching or praying to God. God said, okay, I will sanction your prayer. Give me 1 banana. Then the lazy devotee said, there are so many bananas around you, why don't you pluck and eat? Elephant is so huge, but the elephant will bow down in front of that maggot so that he can climb. So, for our purpose, Lord had appeared as an 8-year-old baby boy. Like somebody asked, somebody stole money from a temple. So an atheistic man raised this question. If the Lord cannot protect that money right in front of him, how is he going to protect us? Some intelligent thief he asked this question. Right? See, Can anybody steal anything away from Earth planet? Can a thief steal gold, water, electricity, money, anything away from this planet? The whole planet is controlled by the Lord only. You steal from this room and keep in another room. It's all Lord's protection. Right? So it is not Lord's responsibility to protect that. It is my responsibility because he has come as an 8-year-old baby boy to receive my seva. Right? He can do everything. Prabhupada said all our deities are 8-year-old Shyam Sundara. It's my responsibility. So I have to take. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So we're so fortunate to hear from Prabhuji. And also Prabhuji gave us a slot tomorrow also. So we request Prabhuji to tomorrow give us more time. And to discuss.
So tomorrow you are coming to temple.
Yes, we plan to come temple. So I hope in temple we'll have more time. We will have class after breakfast tomorrow. We can start 9 and have till 11 or as we wish. So we are so fortunate to receive Prabhuji's association. So I thank Prabhuji one time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we'll have Prabhuji's association again tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.